All right, so this is a super quick teacher video on the easiest way, I think, to do this. I wouldn't show these to my kids because I wouldn't want them to get confused. And some tips. Okay, so tip number one. This value pack of 100 pieces of tissue paper is on Amazon. I think it was like $10 or $12. But this is an excellent range of choices for your kids, and you can choose to use more or less than I am telling you. If you want to save resources, or if you don't care and you're like, I love tissue paper, I have tons of tissue paper, it's up to you. Okay, I love this because it has lots of colors, including metallic ones, which the kids really get into. They love having color choices. So I'm going to show you how to fold and cut the paper. My suggestion is that you do this before class, to give the kids, to give them more time to do the actual flower rather than spend their time cutting the tissue paper. It also will save you from tearing your hair out because your kids aren't following directions, or they're using too much, or any of those things. Okay, so I'm going to use lavender and purple for my examples because they're my favorites. Okay, so you're going to start off with one sheet of tissue paper. Okay, you just need one single sheet. You're going to, it's probably already folded in half. You can just keep it folded in half like this. Okay, and then you're going to fold it in half like a hamburger. So we had one hot dog fold and one hamburger fold. Yes, I know that's not what they're called, but it makes it easier for the kids, okay? So I have a fold here and a fold on this side, and then over here I have the free corners, okay? We're going to be making them into squares because the idea is to get a layer of squares to make the flower. So you're going to take the corner that has all the free, see this one has a fold, so you don't want this corner, the one that has all the free corners, and you're going to fold that into a triangle shape to create a square. Okay, and then you're going to take your scissors and you're just going to cut this folded side off. Okay, so now we have a square. There you go, a square of tissue paper. Now, it is still connected by two folds on this side, and you want them to be separate, so I just go ahead and just kind of trim those sides off. Doesn't matter if they're exact squares or not. Okay, this is the part that I would do before class. So this way, when my kids come in, they have their separate pieces of paper, and I can say, choose 4 pieces of tissue paper, and they can choose 4 of any colors that they want, and it's still just using one sheet of tissue paper. If you only want to use 2, because you can only buy one, and you've got 200 kids, just use 2. Okay, so I'm going to real quickly do this with my lavender sheet. Right, so again, fold in half, fold half hot dog, fold in half hamburger, take the free ends, fold it and make a triangle, and then trim this excess side off. Okay, and then find the side that has your folds, which for me is this side, and I'm just going to trim those off real quick. If you have a helper kid, this is a good job for them to do. All right, so I've got 4 sheets of paper. I'm going to layer mine. So I'm a child, and I'm like, ooh, I get to pick. I'm going to do a dark and a light and then a dark, and then a light. Okay? And then all they have to do after they stack their paper is do an accordion fold. So they start at the bottom, about an inch. It doesn't need to be measured or perfect. Okay, so you fold it one way, and you flip it, fold it back the other way. There are a bajillion tutorials on YouTube about how to make paper flowers. This is just from any one of those tutorials. How to do this once for a baby shower. I don't recommend making all 25 of them yourself. Okay, so accordion fold, back and forth and back and forth. There we go. You see I tore mine, that's okay. Then once you have your accordion fold, you're going to get a stapler. And you're just going to find approximately the middle and staple it. Okay? Now for the ends, you can do them rounded, pointed, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do mine round because it's easier. You want to make sure that you start like deep in the folds and then cut around deep again, not too shallow across like this. It'll be too hard to separate. So kind of start down here. I'm just kind of like propellers of a plane. Like that. Okay, so I have the kind of deep cuts on the sides. And then over here I'm going to do the same thing. You could also just trim it into triangles and have a pointy chrysanthemum type deal. Okay. Okay. Then once you have cut your petals, you just, so the kids are going to be taping it on one side. Kind of spread them out. Then you take the top paper and kind of pull it up very gently towards yourself. And then kind of scrunch it together. Okay, and then you'll do the same with the next one. So you pull it very gently towards yourself. Kind of scrunching it together. Okay, then with the next layer, same thing. I'm going to separate it out. Oops, I tore it a little bit. That's okay. No one will know. And then flip up the last one. And then you do the other side. Alright, so separate the top layer, pull it very gently towards you. Like so. Squishing it is just fine. It gives it more character. Pull this layer gently towards you. And take this layer very gently towards you. Oops, tore it again. And then this bottom one, you kind of squish them together. And there you go. You have a flower. Again, my recommendation for your kids is to pre-cut the paper so that they can just start folding and floofing. But if you think your kids can handle cutting it, you can have them do it too.